Struggling to showcase your work online? In this video, I'll show you how to create a stunning portfolio website. No coding, no stress. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so throughout this video, I'll show you how to create a portfolio website similar to this one, right? So we've got our hero section. We've got some call to actions here so they can call us directly. If, for example, they've already seen our work on social media, they can just straight away call us, or they can go ahead and view our portfolio page. Here we've got a list of the different service in which we provide. We've got a testimonial here. Now we can go ahead and view our projects page, and we can go ahead and view one of these particular projects. So this gives a bit more information on the project. Again, you can make this as rich in data as much as you want. We've got a call to action here. If they're interested in having a similar work done on their particular project or website, and they can just go ahead and fill in their information and send us a message, and we'll get back to them ASAP. We'll also go ahead and customize our contact page as well, so they know exactly where to find us, how to contact us. If they click this text here, it will automatically open when they're on a mobile device as well and pre-fill their phone number. So if you want to create a similar website, the first step is to head over to aitthemes.com, right? And we can navigate over to starter layouts here, just to have a look at a few different layouts that's provided with this theme. We're going to be creating a portfolio website based on this Craftsman starter site. Then we just go ahead and click get started, choose the appropriate plan, and then we'll navigate over to our dashboard. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is to go ahead and import our starter website. And then from there, we'll configure the header section, the home page, our contact page, and also the project page. So we'll head over to appearance. We want to make sure we go ahead and upload and install the Citadella WP themes. So I've already got this installed. And here it's prompting us to install some of the required plugins for this theme. It's automatically redirected us to this starter website. And I'm going to go ahead and choose this Craftsman starter website. And then we'll go ahead and configure it to our liking. So let's just click import layout. Here it's letting us know that it requires WooCommerce for this particular layout. So for my portfolio website, I'm actually going to remove the e-commerce functionality, and I'll show you how to do that later on. Here it's letting us know that if we import this template, it's going to delete all the posts, pages, media that we've already got on our site. So it's best to do this with a blank website. So if you've got a live website, it makes sense to create a staging site and then go ahead and follow the procedure and then move it on to your live website once everything's to your liking. Okay, so it's saying that everything's imported successfully. Let's click show website. All right, perfect. This is our website already. So let's go ahead and edit the header and footer section of our website. So to do that, we can just click customize. All right, so this is the centered layout. Okay, so I'm actually going to leave the centered layout for now. To edit this logo here and all these messages, we can click this pencil icon, and this will take us directly over to the settings in which we need to customize for this layout. So we'll just say, I'm going to remove the tagline. Okay, and here we can actually go ahead and edit this copyright notice section here. All right, so we can say something like, all right, we can also customize our site icon here, which is this little icon that we can see. All right, now let's head back and we'll quickly customize our menu. So let's go menu, let's go main menu. And then from here, we can customize everything accordingly. So where it says download layout, we're just going to remove this. All right, we've got our contact page. That's all fine. So most product page, I'm going to remove this. As I said, I don't want an e-commerce functionality on my portfolio website. So I'm going to remove this. And once we click publish, everything will update as well. So that's fine. If we want to add new menu items, we can choose from our existing pages, posts, and so on, or we can choose custom link, entering the URL, and then we'll add the menu text here. All right, so I'm happy with everything. So let's hit publish. In a future video as well, I'll show you how you can create more advanced header and footer section using the AIT Blocks Builder plugin. All right, so this looks fine. Let's close this up. Let's head back over to our homepage. So now let's go ahead and customize our homepage of our portfolio website. So we're currently on the homepage. So we'll just click edit page. All right, so whenever I'm editing any particular page, I like to enable this option so I can have an overview of the different components on the website, right? So we can see exactly what we're editing. So for example, if we click columns, we can see it's referring to this one. Cluster is referring to this entire section here. All right, so I'm going to edit this part here and paste this in. All right, so I want to change this hero image here. In fact, what we're going to do is, where is it? Okay, so for the background image where it says select background type, we'll switch this from image to just a single color. Right, we'll leave it in black, that's fine. And we can choose our color option here and we can customize these other various settings. So here where we've got this image, instead of this image, I actually want, so instead of this image, I want to add a portfolio image. So currently there's 3 columns. So I'm going to remove the last column, right? So now we've just got 2 columns, which is fine. And then here, we'll just go ahead and click add. And then we'll select image. We'll choose from media. All right, so we'll select this one. Very striking image. Hit select. All right, perfect. This is looking really good. All right, so we can leave this section in. In fact, I'm just going to remove it. I want to try and make it as simple and as straight to the point as possible. So I'm just going to delete this section by right clicking, and then we'll just click delete, or in future, we can just click Shift Alt and Z, and that will delete whatever section we select. All right, so here is our services section. So I'm just going to add in a few services. All right, and it has got a link over to our services page as well. So later on, we'll come back to this web page and then we'll update these links because obviously we haven't created all these portfolio pages yet. So we'll just add in our service information and later on we'll update it with the correct link. All right, so now let's change the background of this section. All right, so we can just click cluster. Again, this is why this is so important to have this overview here, this list overview. It's, for example, here, when I try to click on this, for example, really I want to change the background, but because I'm not selecting the right element, we're not getting the background option. So that's why we can just quickly choose cluster and then straight away we can choose our background. All right, so we can just click replace here. All right, so again, I don't want this section, so I'm just going to delete it. Okay, so we've got a testimonial section here. Obviously, you'll replace this with your actual testimonial. We can even add some star rating as well. So let's click this plus icon. And if you've got the AIT Blocks plugin installed, we can go ahead and choose star rating. We'll have many more different block elements as well that you can incorporate onto your website. Let's move this. Okay, perfect. I don't want a shop component on this website, so we can just delete all this. All right, let's hit save and let's see what we've done so far. All right, this is looking quite good. Okay, so there's a spacing issue here, so let's go ahead and remove that. Okay, so there was an image, so let's remove this. Okay, so to get rid of that spacing, what we can do is we can add a responsive spacer. Right, so I'm just going to duplicate this one, seeing as it's here. And I'm just going to drag and drop it here. Right, we can click on it. And this will give us the option So the gap between this section and our footer section is roughly around this height, right? So I'm just going to put minus because we want to get rid of that spacing. And then let's hit save changes. And it should get rid of that spacing issue. All right. Okay, let's hit refresh. All right, perfect. And that looks brilliant. Okay, so now let's move on to actually customizing our project page. So let's click on this. Okay, so this is taking us over to our services section. I'm actually going to remove this services section. You can keep it if you like. But I'm going to remove it. I'm going to head over to projects instead. There should be some projects. All right, so no worries. To customize our projects, all we're going to do is head over to our dashboard. So we'll head over to Citadel WP listing. And then we're going to scroll down to where it says item extension. So here we've got the group name, which is project details. We've got our clients, right? So we can, and this is a text input. We've got our price range. And we've also got the date, and we can even add the client URL as well. So we can choose from the type here. We'll select URL, and then we'll say client URL. All right, that's fine. We'll just drag and drop this right under where it says client, and then we can hit save settings. All right, so now we can head over to items. All right, so we've already got a few items here. Let's go ahead and edit one of them just to see what it looks like, or we can just click add new item. Let's edit this one here. All right, so here we've got under general, the subtitle. And then if we scroll down to this section here where it says project details, this is the section in which we're just editing. All this extra information is powered by the theme. And this is more if you're running a directory style website, right? So we can ignore most of it, for example. So here we've got the client name. So we can say ABC Limited. We can enter in the URL, right? We can add the price range. We can add the date. Okay. And if we go back to the previous step, we can add as many different fields as we like. Okay. And then here we can just add some extra information about the project. Let's hit save. And let's view this in a new tab. Okay. So we've got ABC Limited. The subtitle here. We've got their address. We've got the client name, client URL, price range, date, and some information about the client, right? Here it says if you're interested about something similar to contact us, or they can use this contact form. So I'll show you how we actually enable that contact form. All right, so I'll show you how we actually enable this contact form here. So let's head back over to this projects page. And if we go down to contact, here you'd want to enter in the email in which you want all the messages which are sent from the contact form to go to. So you'd enter in your email address here, and you can choose to show your email address or not. So it's totally up to you, but just make sure you click this option where it says use contact form, and you'll use the built-in contact form which comes with this theme. Simple and very effective. Then you just hit save changes. I've already got it enabled, so there's no need to save changes. Enter in the email, and then it can send it over. So this is our basic portfolio page. Let's say we didn't want this. Well, seeing as we've got this featured image here, we can actually remove some of this. So again, just like we did before, we'll remove this gallery, right? And let's X this up. And let's click on item. Here we've got that featured image that we saw. So I'm going to replace this with a, all right, let's hit save. And let's click preview. So one last thing as well to make note of is, let's say you wanted to customize the layout of this page. So we can customize it to an extent, but for example, the predefined fields which were created earlier, let's say you wanted them to display vertically instead of horizontally. I'll quickly show you how you can edit those page, and then we'll move on to creating our contact page, and then we'll wrap up the video from there. So let's head back over to our dashboard, and then we'll navigate over to Citadel WP special pages. And we want to basically select item. Okay, let's scroll up. And I want to show 200 posts per page, just so we can see all the special pages on one page. All right, so here we've got this item detail page here, and this is the one that we want to go ahead and customize. All right, so if you recall, let's review this. So here we've got the title, the subtitle, and so on. It's exactly the same here, right? So we've got the title, we've got the subtitle, and we can go ahead and customize it. So this is the contact information that's powered by the theme. We've got our featured image, item extension, and so on. All right, and then we've got this contact form here that we can go ahead and customize. All right, so the featured image, let's place it there, for example. Let's save. And now when we refresh this page, this featured image will be over here. Right, so you get the idea. Obviously, you want to create a more visually appealing project page. This is how you can have more control over every single element on your project page. So I'm just going to undo the changes in which you just made. Let's just click undo. And one more time, let's hit save. Let's refresh this page just to make sure everything's back to how it was. Okay, perfect. So one last thing as well. So by default, this special post type is called an item, but I've actually changed the URL to say project. So I'll quickly show you how I've done that. And to do so, we just head over to Citadel WP listing, and we'll scroll down to item detail. And then here, by default, it's called an item, but here you can name it whatever you want. So I'll just change this to be called project. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and edit our contact form page. So we've got our call to action here, ready to work. Then you can add some extra information here. We've got a call now option, and we've actually got our number here. So we can take this one step further as well, actually. So on our call now section, we can go ahead and link our telephone number on this section here where it says call now. If I'm not mistaken, it's tel. We can paste our number here. And essentially, if someone's on a mobile phone, for example, when they click this call now option, it'll automatically pre-fill this number onto their phone, and they can just click a call now. So that's just super convenient for your users. And we've got it here as well, just in case you're on a desktop and I just want to type it out. Email address, and then we've got some social media icon. Let's go ahead and change this background image. Let's choose this one. If we wanted to add any other extra element, as usual, we can just click add, and we can choose from our custom elements here, and then just drag and drop it onto our page. So let's just hit save. Now let's view our page. All right, perfect. This looks super good. I'm happy with this contact page. And this brings us to the end of this video. Like and subscribe for more videos like this. And if you've got any questions, leave it in the comment box.